Okay, hi guys. We are going to learn about the basic things. What is SAP deployment options for EWM, so that how they are going to work. So let me know if you guys have any questions in between. First of all, EWM can be deployed in a standard methodology of these three. One is SAP EWM on SCM server, SAP EWM standalone, SAP EWM add-on, that is kind of we call it as S4HANA embedded EWM. So SCM server, standalone, add-on. In these three options, when you are learning, what is this first option? What is this second option? What is this third option? Okay, and then 1 minute. Sure. Yes. So the first option is SCM EWM with SCM server. So what is going to happen here is very simplest way. Client is going to purchase SCM server, total SCM server based on their need. So that SCM server including EWM. That means SCM server will have TM, APO and all other modules also. And along with that EWM also be implemented. And this EWM can be connected to different ERP systems also, or different ERP, SAP itself with different logical clients or logical systems. That means one client is different or another client is different, so that it can be supported in that way. And the second option is standalone. That means client is going to purchase or take in license for SAP EWM as a standalone, and there is no other module inside of it other than this, so that they can use only EWM for this. That means if user wanted to go and use EWM as well as ERP system, they need to have two user IDs in the first and second case. Like for ERP access, they wanted to have a user ID, and EWM access, they wanted to have a separate user ID. And then here also same, standalone. But S4 HANA, that's the third option. EWM and ERP both are in the same box. That can be having only one user ID, so that they can access both ERP as well as EWM with the same user and in the same client. Other than this, there are multiple options also they can follow. Number one is one of the client I implemented is like this client is already familiar with what I say, outbound delivery, outbound processes in their own system. They have separate system, okay, warehousing controlling system, and outbound is very well in that. But inbound, they don't have much opportunities in that to do. Processes are not good at in inbound processes that in that WCS system. So that's the reason what they have done is they implemented EWM for their only inbound. The outbound will be happening their own WCS system. Okay, so that means they will receive the goods and they will do packing and unpacking, quality inspection, value-added services, and all other things. And once the put away completed, this stock in this particular EWM will be zeroed out, and then all the stock will go to their WCS system. They do outbound delivery process in their WCS system. That's one way of doing. Even the other client which I implemented, also they have all inbound into their own system, and then outbound they are going to do it in our EWM system. So client based on the client requirement. Okay. And another way of deployment is they don't want to use ECC like SAP for their ECC. They wanted to use other third-party system, and that means all EWM transactions will happen in EWM, but our ECC, PP, QM, SD, and all things will happen in their own system, maybe Java or other systems, the mainframe system or anything. So that means from EWM, we will send the data to their system. Like if the inbound delivery is created in their system, that will come to us through middleware, and then it will come to as a IDOC, and then it will be receiving in our system, and then we will process it. Once the process is completed, we will send through IDOC, and then through middleware they are going to receive that data. That will be like that, or through PPPI, okay, PI system. So that is a middleware. So this is how the deployment options will be there in SAP deployment. So that's available. And data transfer. So I'm talking about this and this. Let us take an example. You have two systems, ERP separate and then EWM separate. So in that case, what you can say that master data, which is coming from ERP system, is called as external master data, and this is going to be transferred to here. Of course, there are some master data which is also created in EWM, that is called internal master data. So plant, shipping point, customer, vendor, material, all these coming from ERP to EWM. This is only one way, through SIF, okay, core interface. And transactional data will be through QRFC. That means inbound delivery and outbound delivery, whichever is created in ERP system, that is our SAP or any other system. Those are coming through QRFC or IDOC, whatever it is. Inbound delivery notification and outbound delivery request will be created over here. So this is both way communication. It will be transferred in the both way. Okay. This is only unidirection, only one direction. Nowadays, you can see there is no customer and vendor in S/4HANA. If you are implementing EWM and ECC in the same system, there is no vendor concept or customer concept. We call it as a business partner. So business partner will be created in APO functionality, and then that business partner is going to be used by S/4HANA as well as EWM system. This is data transfer methods. And yeah, SIF I talked about, right? This is the integration model where you are going to see. And then what is the integration model name? Target system where you are sending, that is SCM or EWM, we can say. And application. So material master data. What are you sending? This is a transaction, usually what we can say. CFM1 transaction, I can say. So you are going to SIF, metal master, plant, customer, vendor, shipping point to EWM. EWM processes. Actually, many people will think that a lot of process existing in the EWM, but in a higher level, we can say that only 3 processes. That is inbound, storage and operations, and outbound. If you're receiving the material inside of your warehouse, that is called inbound processing. And if you are sending out either internal plants or any other customers or anyone, whatever it is, this is called outbound processing. That means going out from your warehouse. And internally, if you do anything internally, activities like physical inventory, replenishment, and kit to stock, internally, whatever you do, these are all storage and operations. So by flow, you can say inbound processing, and then you do internal operations, and then you do send out the material outbound process. So all three of them, you have analytics and reporting, resource and labor management, cross-docking, yard management, and import and export, dangerous goods and compliance, and RF, MFS, and ANA reports optimization tools. You have to understand all these things. Okay. And going to the next slide, we are going to talk about inbound operations. What are the documents? The outbound, what are the document existing? Okay. In the inbound process, yeah, if you are using ERP and separate EWM, both two systems are separate. In that case, you have a purchase order and then inbound delivery. Once the purchase order created, it will send this information to the vendor. That vendor is going to give you inbound delivery. Once the inbound delivery is created, that is called advance shipping notification in normally. But this advance shipping notification is created and sent to EWM automatically here based on some configuration. Your planned storage location is assigned to warehouse. That warehouse is assigned to EWM warehouse. So that based on that, it is going to transfer this data. Of course, there are other configurations also involved, but yeah, when it is transferred to EWM SAM system, that will be created as an inbound delivery notification. That inbound delivery notification will be a base document in EWM. Of course, that inbound delivery notification, when you see this, this is a replica of your inbound delivery, including some details like your warehouse and supply chain unit and some other data. But of course, once the data is moved, this will be converted automatically. This means inbound delivery notification will be converted automatically as an inbound delivery. Once the inbound delivery is created, you can start your processes. So how it will be automatically converted? Based on post-processing framework actions, PPF actions. So those will be talked about in the future, but yeah, now that PPF actions creates inbound delivery automatically. That is called, this inbound delivery also called as warehouse request. In terms of WM, maybe you have heard about transfer request. Yeah, almost it is equivalent that, but it has more meaningful here, warehouse request. Of course, yeah. So if you have two systems, these are the flow: purchase order, inbound delivery notification, and inbound delivery. But if you have embedded EWM, then that inbound delivery notification document is eliminated. There is no need of it because both ERP and EWM is in the same box. So that's the reason. If it is S/4HANA including with EWM, that system will have this process documents like purchase order, ASN, and then ID, inbound delivery. Okay, that is about inbound delivery documents. When it comes to outbound, is almost same, but there is a later fifth document also involved over here. Sales order will be created in ERP system. Once it is created, based on the delivery schedule lines, outbound delivery is going to be created, and then once the outbound delivery is created, it will send to extended warehouse management. Then that document is outbound delivery request. That outbound delivery request is a base document, I can say, which is coming from ECC system. This request is a replica of your ECC outbound delivery, okay, including some warehouse details. And then that ODR is converted into ODO, outbound delivery order. This outbound delivery order is also call it as a warehouse request, transfer request, I can say. Okay, this warehouse request is a base document to start your processes in EWM. Then you will start picking, packing, staging, loading, and then goods issue. Once the goods issue happens, there is a final document is going to be created, that is an outbound delivery. So this outbound delivery, once the goods issue happen, that will send information saying that goods issue is completed, and then ECC OD outbound delivery is going to update it with goods movements, and then that will be deducted the stock. That's like you may be knowing that 601 movement will happen in the background. That is going to happen for the sales process related outbound deliveries. This is how the outbound delivery process happens. Okay. So anybody wanted to ask any questions? Okay guys, now we will talk about a basic inbound delivery process, what we have learned and how it is going to work in S/4HANA. So inbound delivery process, you already saw that in the previous slide: purchase order, inbound delivery notification, and inbound delivery. So S/4HANA, this document will not be there. Okay, we are not going to see anything in it. This one is in S/4HANA. We are only seeing in a decentralized EWM. So purchase order will be there, inbound delivery will be there, and then inbound delivery will be there. Then you can start your processing. So let's have our discussion, or I'll show you the how inbound delivery is going to be flowed, and then how you can see all these things in system. Okay, so then so I'll be logging into S/4HANA 1909 system. So first purchase order, and then VL31N for inbound delivery. Actually, purchase order is already created. I'll show you how it is created. Let me go to /n VL31N and then purchase orders, and then purchasing organization. My purchasing organization is 54A1, and then execute. With this, you can see this is my purchase order. Maybe if you want to see another, I mean, I just created my process purpose. So maybe I can say this is the material, this is the purchase order, and then items. These are the items purchase order contains. So 1000 quantity, and then this is 54A1 plant. And then remember, when you are creating a purchase order for this EWM purposes, so always remember that you should have confirmation control key. When you have this confirmation control key, then you can create inbound delivery. Otherwise, you can process with Migo. So one more thing, always you have to do inbound delivery, not directly Migo. That is what you have to do. Let's do the take this material and then select it. I'll be taking maybe 50 quantity, and there are options. I can also pack it in ECC if the vendor is sending the packing information like handling unit information. But so here in this case, what I'm planning to do is I'm taking quantity for this material is 50, and then you see there is a stock placement tab. This is my plant, this is my location. Usually, and you need two storage locations for EWM implementations, ROD and AFS. ROD means you can name it your naming convention, but in a terminology I can say ROD means received on dock. Another one is available for sale. So received on dock means whatever the materials you are receiving which is in under progress of the put away or part of ROD storage location in ECC. Once the put away is completed in EWM, it will be moved to AFS location. AFS means available for sale. That means if the material is in ROD in the inbound delivery process, that is linked to inbound delivery document. That means that item is linked or linked with inbound delivery, so that already reserved into the inbound delivery. So that cannot be used in sales process because there is a link with this material. Whenever it is put away done, that link will be gone. That is a free item available for sale. That means whenever you put away the material, that link will be gone. You will be seeing that it is put away, has been completed, and then it is freely available to sell to customers. So I have a configuration saying that this plant and this location is linked to warehouse number 541. So this 541 is linked to EWM warehouse. Okay, that is how it is going to happen. And I'm taking only right now 50. What will happen if I save it? Once I save it, you are going to get a message saying that inbound delivery was saved and distributed to WMS. So in normal situation, you don't get this. Inbound delivery created, that's it. Okay, now if it is sending to EWM, WMS, it is going to give that inbound delivery is created and then distributed to WMS. So what is going to happen? So when I go to change mode of this document and enter, see this delivery was distributed, therefore display only. You cannot change it in ECC. Remember that. Okay, there is no change possible for this document. And then if you go to header, you will be seeing decentralized warehouse status is distributed. Okay, this is going to give you the status of whether it is distributed or confirmed or completed, whatever it is. So now it is distributed, you cannot change. It's only display purpose. Okay, there is no change. But where we can change? We can change it in EWM. So let's go to a separate folder is in here in the logistics, external warehouse management. Go to delivery processing. I'm dealing with inbound. Yeah, this IDN, inbound delivery notification, is not there, right? When you double click here in S4 HANA, you will say it's not supported. It's only ID. Now, here there are options: inbound delivery, advanced shipping notification, logistics, execution, delivery, purchase order, and all this thing. If you remember the purchase order, you can give that. If you give the advanced shipping notification, you can also give that. Otherwise, logistics, execution, delivery, that is your ECC delivery number. This is the one, and then execute it. So this is your inbound delivery. Remember, you will change your warehouse number here. What is your warehouse number? 54A1. And then, so all this information is not needed, but if you have GR office, you know that you can enter it, but it's not mandatory. Close it. Execute it. So this is my inbound delivery, and then this is my warehouse, this is my GR office. It will be configured to go to the door number 2, and then first how it is going to be This is header. You can see it in switch to form view or list view. You can see it over here. In the same way, you can also see list view and form view. Okay, when you see this, you can do this way. So this is item level data. Not all items. See this individual item. You can see this in this way. Okay, this is item header, we can call it as. But if you want to see individual item details more clearly, you can see in the down. So here, document flow for this item, and then reference documents, ERP document, ERO documents, whatever. This is original ECC document, and here purchase order also is there, reference number and everything. Okay, then what you do, you can also pack here, do the goods receipt. When you do this goods receipt, in normal MyGo transaction, it will go and update in ECC. In bond delivery, you can see that is 101 movement. Let's go with VL33N. This is the delivery. Okay, and then you can see the document flow with goods receipt posted here. You can see quantity, whatever I taken, it is posted 50 quantity, where it is posted in received and doc. Okay, this is my purchase order, everything details. Okay, this is my warehouse 541. What is going to happen for my material in EWM? Let's take the material code or product code, Control-C. Click on environment and monitor. You can see the stock. View monitor is SAP as a standard. And go to the stock, physical stock for this item, execute. When you do this, yeah, today I did goods receipt. That's sure. So you can see the goods receipt date, today's date. GR. I don't have batch number, so otherwise batch number also you can identify. But here GR date is 26/9/631. The time it is showing, and then 50 pieces. It's matching. Now the stock is in GR zone once the goods shipped happen. But also, as I said earlier, you can see it is linked to inbound delivery 18001125. So this cannot be used in outbound process because it is already reserved for this document, inbound delivery document. Okay, so you cannot use it. Now, what you have to do? Put away task. Okay, I have activated automatic put away task creation for this item. So for this warehouse, go to display warehouse task. There are two open tasks. Okay, so you can see this display additional data. So this is my warehouse order. These are the warehouse tasks. Why it went to 2? There is a meaning over here. Why? Because in the fixed bin, there is only possibility of 5 pieces to keep it, and the reserve bin remaining 45. So that means in the fixed bin, you cannot keep more than 5 based on the capacity. Okay, that's the reason it was accommodated only 5. And then in remaining quantity went to reserve location. So this concept, okay, if you want to proceed with, you can say confirm plus save. When you say confirm plus save, the status will be confirmed. So remember, this is going for 5, this is going for 45. So let's go ahead and see your stock. fixed bin 0101A 5. So that means right now the stock is of this 95. Okay. And then reserve C 0201C. Okay. Is 20 right now. 20 plus 45, it is going to be 65. This is going to be 100. Let's refresh it. Got it? Now it is 100, it is 65. That is how it was updated. Okay. You can see GR time has become latest GR date was updated of this based on the configuration. Okay. This is also. That is how it is going to be updated. This one. So if you go ahead and see for these both items, there is no reference. See this? Earlier our reference is here, but now there is no reference. That's freely available now. Okay, that can be freely available. So how do you say that only 5 why it was taken? That's because of this bin capacity is 1000 kg. Okay, so earlier 95, 950, and then now it was added. So see this, its capacity is 100% full. That's the reason it says full. So the other one, reserve, if you go to here, it is occupied 650. Okay, loading weight. So it occupied up to 65% of this bin. Actually, your weight is accommodated weight, should be accommodated 1000. Right now 650, and then loading volume also 13,000. So you can still 7,000 volume M3 you can keep it. Good. So the storage bins is having 18-digit number. RES, RB, and you can create this bin with 18 digits. So what will happen in ECC? If you go back and then come back again, it will show transfer storage location to storage location was happened. ROD1 to AFS1, that 5 pieces. First 5 pieces and then remaining 5 pieces, 45 pieces with this. Okay, it shows 45. So this is how it will be updating left and right, I mean in ECC and EWM stock. So if you see 26 total 50 quantity delivered, goods movement I think is going to be status mode will be C in plant, delivery item status is C. And then you can also see I think here day centralized warehouse changed to confirmed. Goods receipt is complete. This ends inbound delivery process. Okay, so